Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam. I am the Dungeon Master here. We're here for Session 1 of the Underland 5th Edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign with my friends Bob, Nick, Austin, and Ryan, who is joining us after not being around for quite a while because I got to pick your table up. Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
And so, if you didn't watch Session 0, that was just character creation, no worries. I'm pretty much repeating everything of importance here, and we just pick up from here. So you guys are in small town, sort of set amongst the middle of a wooded area. It's very dangerous out in the woods, but you have a town with enough protections that you keep bad things at bay and manage to stay safe. Let's just set the scene a month ago in tavern. You were there for sure. Probably out of way, but heard about it later. You were nowhere around. You were probably sitting around the tavern as well. It's sort of the gathering place within the town, and with a little shift in the earth, a hole opened up in the back left corner sort of the tavern, half breaking what was a bit of a stage that was rarely used, as well as, a bit of a seating area.
Did giant rats immediately pour out from the hole?
No.
Well, not adventures then.
Kalidan, you half fell in and had to pull yourself out. Something was lost. But after a lot of bemusement, cries around the town, gathering, and seemingly nothing down there, but obviously some sort of cavernous system, some 30 feet down below a landing, and who knows what beyond that. Occasionally, things seemed to skid by, but nothing that seemed hazardous or even incapable of getting up here as far as you could tell. A small group of braver citizens, more adventurous spirits like me. You weren't there.
It's a good thing I've been down that hole.
Just chose to go there. Wolfgang, his wife Appel, Angus, and Oland all sort of chose to gather together and...
Just saying, husband and wife down the mysterious hole, one of them is basically guaranteed to die.
Or just be targeted all the time while the other one shakes their head.
They probably left their kids with a relative of some nation.
No.
This is the start of a Disney film.
No children.
That we know of.
They would know. They live in town with them. It's a small enough town. They know freaking everyone.
And that's right, we don't have high enough magic for them to be in extra dimensional pockets.
No, you're the most magical person in town here is the Cleric Capella.
It's definitely me.
He's level 3. You're not here yet.
And he may have more power, but I argue that I'd be more magical.
Anyways, so they delve down to see what's gone, and they're gone for about a month. Shortly after they delve down is when you find your way into town along some sort of caravan, and ultimately it leaves without you. You're basically stuck here until you end up with another opportunity to have a group to travel with for, sake of safety.
Well, that's fine. This place is interesting.
It starts to get boring by the time this month is through, though. So...
How's it boring? They have gypsies here.
Yes, you do meet. There are some gypsies gathered on the outskirts of town. They have a little sort of caravan that manages to be close enough to be within the protection, but not really... unless invited for whatever, musical, carnal, or whatever entertainment they can offer, don't generally welcome into the main part of town. Racist.
I'm sure you meant Carnival,
Nice.
but you just said Carnal.
No, I believe he said what he meant.
No, I said what I meant.
Well, I heard Carnal. My mind's in the gutter. I apologize.
No, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
The prostitution.
Well, there you go.
And thus chosen to be hired as prostitute. Sorry if I was vague on that. Let's clear this up. Not really racist because they are not of a single race. It's really more classist, if anything, and just sort of the level that they were born into, and the just sort of.
It's obviously a culture clash with a culture that doesn't actually have much in the way of production.
Yeah. So, the story here begins with a bit of a ruckus from down below, as perhaps sitting in the tavern, spending time, and you hear some calls up. You hear, "We have returned. Throw down a rope." Of course, the barkeep kind of goes and investigates, verifies who's down there. Of course, calling out, "It's Wolfgang!" He throws the rope down, and they start climbing their way up out of the pit.
Within this month, have they either A, set up a pulley system to bring people back up, or set, guardrail rails around that hole?
There is a bit of the way they have moved tables around where almost some people kind of eat facing it, one side of the table, but nothing really nothing that if someone didn't just shove a table down, which I'm sure at least one of the smaller tables or a chair or something has ended up falling down there as well.
Wait, so the barkeep's looking over the sinkhole?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in the bar, or is it just nearby?
It's in the bar.
Like an actual corner of the bar.
Yeah, like literally corner of the bar inside. The floor fell out with the ground below it.
I thought, we should all still hang out here. This isn't above a giant cavern that obviously is
now,
weakened.
The whole thing didn't fall down.
Yeah.
Seems safe. You're not a clever man.
And also, just think about how boring everything is in this town. Just, that's neat. How long have you been looking at the hole? I don't know. Hours. It's interesting. It's new.
Also, when you're done with your food, you just take the scraps and just dump it down the hole.
Mess.
There probably has been at least... It has been discouraged, but at least some bit of that has happened.
You're gonna make people slip.
Mm-hmm. But it's so easy to get rid of, chicken bone and stuff.
Right now.
Can't see it, therefore it's gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's humanity in a nutshell.
Hey, at least it's not being used as a latrine.
No, it's in the middle of the bar.
I could see a entrepreneuring barkeep just setting up a wall around that.
It really depends upon how drunk someone is.
Yes.
But yeah, so up climbs Appel in Wolfgang, who bends over and leans up to pull up from them sack, somewhat wriggling, as well as a couple other bags. Then finally, Olund comes up. They sort of gather some attention, speaking joyful. Olund, the dwarf, does walk over to you. About a week ago, Angus was on watch, and
I don't know Angus. Argyle is the guy's name.
Angus.
Well, that's not what I said.
Did you change his name since you created it?
I didn't write down his name. I told you his name was Argyle.
You told me his name was Angus.
Well, it's not. His name's Argyle.
Like the sweater?
No.
Like the
Like
folk.
No, like the character from Braveheart.
You had Uncle Angus.
Argyle.
If you
sounds like something you would have said.
If you watched Session 0, comment below who was right. But it will be Argyle from now on.
It always was Argyle.
Well,
Comment all you like, but it always was Argyle.
I will reject your reality.
And substitute my own.
Okay, well, all previous Angus references...
I was really confused when he said Angus was going down the hall. I'm like, I don't know that dude.
The adventurer's like, no, that's just a nickname he goes by with us. He's like a beef of a man.
A grade A beef of a man.
Yes.
That's what the ladies called him.
You know, it was specifically Angus Wallace.
No,
You
Argyle.
even made a joke about it, because they sounded like...
I don't believe I did.
Argyle was keeping watch. Okay, you're gonna stick with it this time? Good.
That's his name.
I just had to know for sure. It was Angus before. Argyle was keeping watch, and when we woke up, he was gone. We camped there another night, but he never returned. I'm not really sure what happened. Some of his things, he'd taken with him. I mean, it seemed like he'd walked off. Here's the rest of what he had. So that hands you makeshift, basically remains of a pack, bedding, some chain, with grappling hooks and such.
Dig
Few
through the
personal
pack, yeah.
possessions.
Looking frantically.
Yeah. No stone.
I grab the pack and I storm out of the bar.
Sty.
Argyle was the husband?
No.
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 Wolfgang and Abel.
Well,
Argyle was
they
the
got
wife.
somebody killed.
Yeah,
So Wolfgang and Appel are the couple?
Yes.
I'm storming off to the house to get my stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, the group sort of chats and talks about the the adventures, the great treasures, and they pull out some weird things, few strange heads of creatures, magical items, a bundle of scrolls, arcane natures. We'll need Ludwig to take a look at these. And various intricate golden art pieces and such. Clearly society's down there. Some of them are even almost intelligent. They sort of shake loose the wiggling sack where a tied and gagged gnome is. We caught this one snooping around. Figure he'll make an interesting display while he
Am I
lasts.
there?
You are there.
That's a gnome. Like,
It's actually gray. We have gnomes in town.
Is there a white and a black human in this bar?
Yes. He is not.
One at the other.
He is not. They argue the difference. He's
Someone points to a wood elf, then to a high elf.
It would be so different to a drow, and there is no drow. There is
That's
no.
the point. It's like skin color is skin color. Don't be so judgmental. You kidnapped a gnome.
I ain't snooping around.
And they start busting out the calipers.
You kidnapped, at worst, a possible thief.
Well, we've got it now. Anyways, but
Did
there
he
are
steal
things down there.
anything? Did the gnome steal anything?
No. Who are you?
I am a man of many persuasions. I'm new to town. And I'm concerned about your treatment of this poor creature.
Well, I suppose his fate will probably have to be decided along with the hall.
You're gonna fill him in?
Anyways, we'll get him a bit
Making
more
a staircase?
Well, again,
Have a bunch of adventurers climb up and down him.
Are you going to give me a bunch of free beer to make me more safe?
Anyways, let's see what the Grand Council wants. We'll be speaking with him. And he's...
Yes. Let's go speak with the Grand Council.
Just inviting himself to everything.
He'll kind of go by and drop the gnome off where he can be set loose into a normal jail cell for safekeeping. The jailer seems a little more understanding. Tries to get you some foods and such, and sort of ungags you at the very least.
Well, this isn't a pleasant first experience up here.
I know you can talk.
I don't think they bothered to ask.
Sorry about that. That'll definitely help your case. It's gonna have to be to the council, but hopefully we can get you... I mean, do you mean to be down there?
Excuse me?
Do you mean to be down there?
It's where my family is.
Right. Anyways, it may take a little bit before things happen. I'll try and get you a nice bedding situation rolled up.
Appreciate it.
And he kind of leaves you be. You probably have the understanding that your possessions are in a bag that's across the room where they stashed them, but other than that...
My possessions are across the room, though.
Yep.
Wow. There's
beyond grasp, but at least close enough that you know...
I can see him.
Yeah.
You gave me some food?
Yes, you did.
Alright, hot, good flavor, good texture.
It's delicious.
Did any of the adventurers eat?
So hot.
Karen's like, no.
People can't just tell you what they want.
Hey, he says single words at us all the time and yells at us for not knowing what he means.
Nonsense.
So who is Ludwig? Or did they
You don't
say?
know.
Okay.
He's obviously the arcanist of the town.
He's the cleric, yeah.
I thought he was a paladin.
Cleric. Level 2 cleric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The three returning adventurers go have a meeting with the town's Grand Council, which ultimately leads to the decision of, before anything hasty, we're going to get a delegate from the capital, and a decision will be arrived with once he is here. Until then, let's set a guard. Always have a guard 24/7 on the hole with some way to warn the town. And basically they put a guard with a bell to watch the hole.
Just been in the bar this entire time, sitting in the background, watching everyone go about.
And sort of then you hear tail ends of that. Those of you who've lived in town, and I'm sure you've heard bits about this, know not too greatly to trust the government to make the wisest decision on.
Oh, I'm just going down the hole.
Anyways, for those of you not in bars, what are you doing?
Well, I'm already in bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bars means two different things.
Mm-hmm.
I met his, but yours is that. So what are you up to as sort of you weren't allowed into the council's meeting, but you were.
Sure, I can be very persuasive. Do they not know that I'm of noble deed and title? I'm actually a very important person.
Where from?
I say someplace like way over there.
Make a deception check.
Yeah. Bam. I rolled a 3. Starting
Awesome
off strong.
dice. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did we tell you about how wonderful Ryan did be, the one that followed you and rolling dice for stats?
Yeah, I didn't do good.
Yeah. Bob got a whole new set of dice because he refused.
I got
He
9.
was fine. 9. It doesn't really, that's not really relevant here anyways. I'm sure in your area you have a lot more sway, but around these parts, not really.
I barged into the council meeting in full gear at one point.
Again, not actually allowed into the meeting.
Yeah, that's why it's called barging, not entering.
Okay, make a strength check. Are you hanging out outside?
22.
Yes. For the sake of story, yes.
The mute Goliath.
He doesn't know that.
He's been in town for a month.
Oh.
Okay, the Goliath that you've been in a bar with often for a month and never once heard speak a word. It comes up, are you like armor kind of?
Yeah, I'm fully armored and ready to go down the hole.
Comes in and literally kicks in the door beside you where they had just gone in for their meeting.
Well, good.
And I just walk in.
Yeah, you
I
disrupt
started
everything.
behind him. We demand attention from the council.
I glare at him, look back at the council, point to me, and then point down.
Owned sort of walks up. I know what you mean, but it's dangerous.
I look at him, point at me, and point down.
Really? Just wait for the delegate to make a decision.
Just pull the sword. What am I even wielding? My battle axe. I reach on the back and just grab my handle, point to me, and point down.
Wait for the delegate to make a decision. And you may end up with some aid in that even. Who knows what they'll decide?
I know.
This is a tough time. Get some rest. Think about it in the morning. Please. They can tell you all you need. Let's get you an ale and...
No,
I'll
I cross my arms, just stare at the delegation, at all of them. Just like... Go ahead, talk. Just...
A lot of them sort of seem sad, but a lot of them, a lot of the council's sort of...
Just stomping boots, walking, pacing directly in front of them, staring at them.
They hear the definite talk of the possible dangers from down below. But there's also a lot of talk about what potential rewards can be down there. From the council, there is almost no mention of what... of the concept that Argyle may be living down there. That doesn't really even seem to come up to them. And if anything, you get the impression they've written him off as dead. But ultimately, they are very adamant in the belief that they should not make this decision. This should be something that a delegate from the capital should have to make. Do we find a way to fill this in? Do we block this off? Do we gate it and make a set of stairs? Do we try and monetize this? What do we do?
I find a piece of paper, just write cowards across it, throw it at them, and walk out.
Olent follows.
I'm walking over to the jail cell, to the jailhouse.
Okay. The guard for the jail is currently out, so...
Walk over, grab the key, unlock the cage, grab the stuff.
There is no key.
Oh, then the bars are breaking.
How does the door open?
Yeah, how's the door open if there's no key on the jail?
No, as in the key is not left in the room. The guard takes the key when he leaves the building.
Ah. Is the dude still following
Yes,
me?
he is following you. He is right behind you. He is watching you. Kalidan, please. I care for you too. And I was dear friends with your uncle.
Find another piece of paper and write, "You can get out of my way, then."
I believe you're being emotional right now, and I understand, but please, just wait and have a... give it a day. For me.
Won't it take, weeks for the delegate to get here? Out of game?
Yes. He is literally thinking that he is just overreacting to finding out that his uncle has died and is just saying, let's just take this a day at a time. Let's not overreact here the moment that this happened.
I look at him and go, one, and walk out.
And if you need my help afterwards, so just let me know.
I look at him and go, how good are you now?
He sneers at the gnome as he walks out.
Apparently this dude is racist.
Yeah.
Dirty nose.
Goes back to his normal gnome wife.
Yes.
Dirty gnome.
The lady gnomes are fine. It's those dang male gnomes I don't like them.
Stealing all the good gnome women's.
So I asked the council, because I'm just...
You're now there.
Yeah, I'm out there. Is there an actual punishment for going under? Through the tunnel?
Oh, you're not allowed to do so.
But is there a punishment if you did?
Well, we would have to stop you, of course.
Why are we not punishing the first party?
Well, they were selected to explore and determine if there was any danger to us. And until...
And they captured a gnome who they apparently just kidnapped.
And they fought...
Possibly robbed.
They fought dangerous beasts. Look at the heads!
They're all over the trees. I've seen things much weirder than that.
Well, yes, but if they could be living below us, we must be careful. We cannot be having people coming up and down there.
What if it's a one-way trip?
I think
The one
you may want to speak with Ludwig if you value your life so little.
Isn't Ludwig part of the town council?
No.
Oh.
Apparently not, which seems a bad choice.
The highest level character in town, yeah.
Nah, they probably don't want him to have that much clout.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, no. The pair of you, having been in town now, the council is totally passed on, within families, and they're just people that basically select which of their relatives they like best or can best suit them to make sure that they have a good retirement when they pass it along, and it is a total sort of...
Nepotism.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
And evidently, the prioritization of the nepotism is kick it up the line. Make this not our problem.
Yeah, no, you don't want... Basically, it is their job is to make sure that things don't get too bad, but to never be at fault. Mm-hmm. Because if things turn against them, they know full well the other council members will turn against them if it saves themselves.
So there aren't any buses here, but there's sure a lot of throwing.
Let me tell you something, nephew. My problems roll downhill.
So, how many guards are in this town?
Not counting you?
Yeah. Because obviously I don't count me when I'm fighting other people.
There's probably 30, 35.
So this is a much bigger town than I was led to believe.
It's not huge. It's
35
gonna...
dedicated guards?
Yeah.
That is huge.
Pretty big.
No.
I mean, on average, that'd mean a population of at least a couple hundred.
Yeah, probably around 100, between 100 and 150 people.
No, like a couple hundred on the low end for 35 guards. That's a lot of guards.
It is a lot of guards. The guards aren't against the people. The guards are there to protect from the things from the wilderness.
That's a lot of guards.
There's just a dedicated...
there is a dedicated guard.
Militia.
Yeah.
That's not a militia, it's guards. It's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. It makes more sense if there's like 35 militiamen in the town to protect it from raiding everything.
No, in general, that is everyone.
Yeah.
But no, there are 35 dedicated guards. It is a product of the danger of the wilderness immediately outside their door.
And they're worried about a hole in the ground.
35 guards.
Notes are being taken.
Yeah, I know! I love it! I love it!
Just compile all this information. Use it to destroy this town.
I know, that's why he gets laptop, because his notes are great, and every so often I can have him send me them, and then I will have better notes than I take.
No, I'm just thinking, he's compiling notes for years. He's going to put it into some sort of predictive algorithm and start beating your encounters before they happen. And I talk to the next NPC.
That's
It
not
is
necessary.
George.
That's the last step. So I don't know if anyone knew, but I spelled that George without an E at the end.
Gorg.
George.
No, I'm going to have my own spelling for names.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. It would be too much work for me to spell each one unless you actually see it written somewhere. There's no reason to.
Yeah. After the potion dies down, what time of day is it?
It's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, I'll head out to the streets and take up my normal panhandling spot.
Mm-hmm.
And start panhandling.
Yeah.
I start following people home.
Just creep.
The council members who were the most vehemently against going down the hole, I just stand outside their house with an axe on my back. I'm just standing there, like, just staring up at the house.
An axe,
Pacing.
an axe is much different from a boombox.
Different message entirely.
Yeah. You,
Just pacing back and forth in front of the house, glaring at it.
Making tiger noises.
curtains.
Well, it takes like weeks for this guy to show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and turn public opinion towards going down the hole a bit more.
Well, you know,
I want to tell stories, great stories about people who explored dangers and other things, but brought prosperity to their towns.
Did you not see the gold they brought back with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna ham this up like the entire time we're waiting for this guy to go through. By the time he shows up, the town's gonna be 100% on this.
I'm not sure if we get that far with.
Oh, we're totally not getting
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's the plan.
But
Heck, I'm aiming just for sleep. If I get a sleep in, my things are set.
your what's or
My visions.
Ah. Yeah.
Well,
But,
that's how we'll
of
start.
all
we'll
things-
start in the pub. We'll tell some great stories.
You find one individual who is very adamant about going down.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, I don't think he's going to add a whole lot to my stories. I mean, you're big, you're scary, you make a great, you get maybe a great actor one day, but the voice thing, it's a real stumbling block. I mean, you probably can't even sing.
Just remember that line in case you need it later on.
I did get random proficiencies in an instrument. Very well.
Well, that'd be very impressive. My goodness, the boy has talent.
Now I'm just thinking of the wizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? No, he legitimately needs money.
0.
You get nothing, my friend. You can't handle the rest of your day, and you don't understand. You're too busy.
No, he chooses to panhandle. Like, there's a guard right there as I'm stalking back and forth in the house.
Panhandling is usually not illegal.
That's fine. As long as he stays out of the way, and if people want to give him money, that is fine.
That felt good. I enjoyed that.
I also love that is your apparent profession, which I choose to be based on luck. And you have a negative to your luck.
Well, he's not very good at it.
If he was lucky, he'd have a real job.
Yeah, deception, intimidation, and actually persuading people to give me money, or even disguising myself as another person to get money. But you're still really unlucky.
Yeah. It's just not your day, my friend.
Can I roll a take 20 intimidation on that dude that I'm menacing who's inside of his house?
No.
There is no take 20 anymore.
Okay, do I just roll that then? I rolled a 3.
You smash a window, but he's not
Yeah,
intimidated.
I got a 5.
5?
I have no charisma.
Well,
Unless I can use strength.
He did shut his his curtains and hasn't come outside of his house for the rest of the day, so he appears to just be spending the day inside.
That's pretty scary.
From around 3 o'clock to that evening at least.
I go home and sleep. I got a whole bunch of jailbreaking to do tomorrow.
But you've sort of gotten some of the feeling from what they are as you're on the street, and you've seen some of what he's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His opinion is clear.
People are definitely going down the hole tomorrow. Keep that in mind and head off to wherever I bed down. Probably stable loft or something.
You decided against being in with the gypsies, right?
Yes.
Then yeah, you probably do have...
You don't hang out with gypsies.
Yes, no.
Literally,
one of
people,
them.
Yeah, literally, it is like a segregation of, well, yeah, I'm poor, but I'm not that kind of person. Which also could be just sort of an opinion of the kind of things that he's willing to do for money would definitely be something that would... They are very much on the charlatan kind of path, on the... if he's just sort of against
nothing
that.
wrong with a little charlatanry. I mean, it's really your fault for getting taken in.
And to some extent, some of those skills are even used
I
legitimately by a lot
have
of
those
them.
skills, but no,
just
I
in
don't
ways
like
that
those
doesn't
people. They abuse the children. You know what really makes money? If that kid doesn't have a hand.
These may not be those kind
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're thinking of, but...
Actual gypsies?
No!
No!
like real world gypsies, yeah.
No, he's thinking about bad people from books.
No, gypsies like Hunchback of Notre Dame gypsies.
Oh.
Disney gypsies.
Oh, Disney gypsies. Not Maim Your Child for sympathy.
Hellfire.
No, just they're gypsies, but not gypsies.
No. No, I've actually, I've used this phrase before in games. I never actually mean... I will be very clear with what it is. I use it very much in the fantasy world. The fantasy world gypsies.
Yes.
When I'm describing things in my fantasy world, I mean the fantasy world type of things.
Not the Roman.
Just had the prefix mystical to everything.
The mystical gypsies.
Or Disney gypsies. As long as they're not Disney Greek, those guys get sued.
Hey, they pay them their money. They can tell their story.
Come on, Hera was a great loving mother.
Yeah, that's
They were a nice couple.
Hercules totally didn't kill any of his children.
To be fair, they just stopped the story before he had children.
Yep. They shouldn't reach that part. He wasn't even married yet.
Mm-hmm. Can't have labors yet.
And most importantly, Nike was not a goddess, but a sneaker.
The 12 chores of lazy teenager.
To be fair, isn't Nike also the god of victory?
The goddess of victory, yes.
What's with the swoosh?
So does Ludwig share everyone's opinion that the hole's dangerous and should be avoided?
You want to speak to him about the today's show?
Yeah.
What do you...
What's he a priest of?
He is a priest of Bela.
Well, I tell him I'm worried the council thinks otherwise. We're here in a place, it's deep, it's dark. This is a place that needs the Lord's light.
Play to the audience!
I do agree with you. But the concerns of what comes from the darkness are there.
I'm going to come here, into the light. And I'll spin a story. I'm just going to roll check this.
Okay.
I'm just going to check.
You're gonna...
I got a 9.
Okay, that's like almost as high as you could get. I couldn't expect any better from
I got
you.
a plus, that's 15.
15?
I'll make a pretty good argument.
I don't completely disagree with you, but I will definitely stand with whatever the council determines. I can see both sides, but... I wouldn't be against trying to shed some light in there, but you can't stand up against the government.
Someone else is getting a piece of paper that says cowards on it.
Oh yeah, you don't even need to tell him.
No, it's like, wow, that is super weak. Like, that's crestfallen weak. I'm like a professional bluster maker, and I'm just like, dude, this guy is so.
You sure he doesn't worship
boring?
Sam
You're
Cooper?
boring.
He's a company man.
Just look at him like, you should worship St. Cuthbert. It's more in line with your views. Walk out.
Well, not even St. Cuthbert. It's more just like, how can you wear those robes and that symbol and be that passive? That's just boring.
If nothing else, it's full of righteous indignation at everything.
Well, and not righteous, but doing stuff.
Yeah.
And we just gotta have a couple undead come up from the hole. We'll get them down there.
I don't think he's that kind of cleric.
Paler, he should be.
Apparently not. Maybe I should have played cleric or Paler. Show him what I was doing.
Just throw off all your things. I'm gonna teach you.
Just listen here, old man.
I knew this man. Met him in some of my travels. His name was Vickelman.
He was an amazing cleric.
And then again, he was level like 18.
Yeah, he was pretty close.
He turned an evil, unappreciated mother into a pretty neutral guy.
That's like half a redemption at least.
Darn David.
Night falls. Do you go home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got jailbreaking to do tomorrow.
Yes.
I go home.
You find bars in your way.
What's the ground made of?
That would be slate stone.
Just keep howling in the moonlight for, moles to come and free you.
He's not that kind of gnome. Racist? Although, to be fair, those are probably the gnomes that you are most familiar with.
Yeah, I would need to talk to other gnomes who can actually talk to burrowing creatures.
And now I'm just thinking of the Aquaman equivalent gnome, just to burrowing creatures.
He'd be really great if he was in Dune.
Yeah, that's not a fair thing.
I can talk to sandworms.
To be fair, isn't it burrowing mammals?
Maybe.
It changes depending on edition. Anyway, so in an open field, there is a silver dove. The eyes aflame. Takes to the air and flies across spotted trees. It's looking for something.
Start off in the direction the dove flew.
You seem to follow it. And you find as it settles in on a rocky patch, scratching at the ground, and as it stops, there is a pecking and some sound coming from within the ground below, and the ground crumbles as the now almost expected raven comes out. The two have a bit of a fight as the raven seems to almost try pushing the dove away, the dove seeking through, and their fight leaves them tumbling down into the darkness below. And as you almost seem to fall over, seeking to see where they go beneath, you startle awake.
Metaphysical.
It's like, I should eat pheasant for breakfast. That's what that dream means.
But you find yourself here, at this point in the night, the moon is high and full moon shining into the roof of the barn that you sleep in the loft of. Lights it up quite well. Animals sort of stirring in the light below.
Start gathering up my things and looking out the loft window.
For the most part, you can look out and see over the town. You're just beyond the border of sort of within its protection, but sort of just on the edge of, and it seems calm and still, very peaceful.
I'm pretty sure what's going to happen. I'm going to take my blankets and stuff and go sit next to the jailhouse and wrap up and sit there for the rest of the evening. with all my stuff hidden under the blanket.
Kalidan, how much of a man of your word are you?
I am a man of my word. It's been a day.
Well, I guess technically it's past midnight.
Walk over to the jailhouse. Full armor. Ready to go.
Now, at this point, Old is sleeping.
Is that the guy with the key?
Nope, that's the guy that was telling you to stop.
Okay. Is there a dude with the key at the jailhouse?
Yes, the jailer actually does stay there.
I go in.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
As stealthy as a man in chainmail can be.
Very.
I don't believe
Well, when you
these
arrive
are
there, you do
disadvantages.
see the one of the beggar kids is sleeping outside the door.
Walk past him. Walk in.
Put the boots to him.
The jailer stirs, and you certainly stir from some of the noise as well.
Is he asleep?
Did you want to make a stealth roll?
Yeah, sure.
Disadvantage.
9. Yep. Shockingly stealth not trained, so 12.
Isn't that 11?
Give disadvantage means that I roll twice and take a lower. 9 is lower than
Yeah, but
plus 3. Oh, 2. I was looking at con. It's 11.
And that's what I don't want to call you out and feel bad.
No, you totally should. I screwed that up.
He's definitely stirring, but
You could murder him if you wanted to.
I wake
you
him
could
up.
do that.
Are the keys visible?
Perception.
Just look at him and go, hey, give me the keys.
Hey, you. Perception. I do have trained. So that's wisdom. So that's also 11.
No, they are not visible.
Okay, then I totally wake him up with my axe to his throat. Just
He stays quiet.
choice.
He made an intelligence check. I was like, does he call?
I drag him over to the cage.
Your uncle.
No, he wants revenge. He wants to murder this gnome.
He kind of points back towards his desk.
I drag him back over there. Point at
and he, sort of reaches under and pulls out.
the keys.
And yeah. And he
No,
pulls out-
dagger stabbed you in the stomach.
That's fine.
No, he succeeded on.
I drag him over. Point at the lock.
And yeah, and at this point you've heard of this that you're sort of awake, and he'll look though. He's like,
Open up the cage.
yeah, he doesn't really say anything until he's actually pulling it open, like, I'm doing what you want, kind of thing. Of, don't do anything stupid.
I keep you awake. I point at your stuff.
I look quizzically up at you, but I
I
just
point at
kind
your-
of start moving over and grabbing my stuff.
Take the keys, put them in the cage, close it, lock it.
Do you do that in a bit of a different order?
Nah, he
him in
lost
the
the
cage.
keys.
Oh, you put him in the cage.
Put him in the
You
cage.
take the keys, put them in the cage. Okay.
Yeah, put
I
him-
heard put them, as in you took the keys, threw the keys in the cage.
Ha
And then said, go lock it. No, I lock him in the cage, take the keys, and take them with me. And I just...
Do you take them with you, like add them to your inventory, take them with
Oh, I'm just leaving them at the bottom of the hole.
Okay.
They're going to have to be stop being cowards and come and get them.
Or remake the lock, whichever one they want to do.
I'm thinking it's going to be the keys.
I'm gonna fix my uniform and cover myself up as best as I can. And I'm gonna follow the big guy who seems to want to take me someplace.
I go back to the hole.
You would have stirred from all the ruckus.
Oh, yeah, no, I probably woke up when he first came in. Stealth check as I leave to follow.
in a sneaky manner.
You rolled a 19. I'm not seeing you.
23.
If either of you want to make a perception check to notice him, you may.
Yeah, sure. I rolled a 19. I got 22.
Nope.
It's like, nope, put my bonuses
You
in
have,
better
you
than
have a
you.
slight feeling that someone's watching you, but whoever it is not brave enough to try and stop you, so I don't think you much care.
Yeah. Walking to the tavern.
You are met with a guard, armed with a bell.
Pull my axe out, get my shield ready, just look at him. With a, you want to try?
He walks across behind the bar away from that and starts ringing. And literally, he gets out of your way and does his job.
I give him a thumbs up and walk.
I'd scamper into the hole.
Walk in, set up the... Is there a rope already set up?
The rope is not currently set up, no.
Okay.
But there is a spot where it had been tied still there, but they've removed it.
Take a torch, light it, drop it down, set up the rope, and go down it.
You hear the ringing of the bell that you know is what was set up to guard the...
Well, I go and investigate.
You with many others.
After he goes in, I wait about 10 seconds, slip in low, and go up to the bar, trying to keep out of the sight of the bell ringer. I figure he's looking at the big man.
You have to roll again, because for him you have a disadvantage.
Okay.
So I want to keep that for your good roll, but 2. Well, no.
6.
6, he does spot.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't care enough about you to try and stop you, though.
Yes.
He has a low enough opinion of you as a beggar child that he does not care. I painted this town as being wonderful people, have I not?
Yes. Really.
Did I do a good job of making you want to stay in town and not go in the hall?
We all just like, nope, this is the forest campaign. Woo!
I didn't know what you do, but I figured if I made the town full of terrible people, you wouldn't want to be here.
Victor from walks in and goes, at least this one's interesting.
But yeah, you as well as a number of people that sort of investigate with, basically people running to, because to some extent, yeah, they were supposed to do that, but also the bell would be letting anyone know if something was coming out.
Yeah.
To which,
Please, I'll go in. I'm important. I can do it.
you have a real high opinion of yourself, don't you?
He's
It
an
makes
elf.
people move out of my way.
Also, he may not be a full elf, but he's still an elf.
I'm better than you. You know how old I am?
There
Like
are
30
only
something
2
probably?
actual
Full
elves
shit.
here in town, so...
Yeah, but they're full-blooded elves.
They are. There
that's
are
less than me.
no half elves in this town other than you.
Clearly makes me the best.
It makes you unique.
That's right.
Unique
Which
right
is
out
the
box.
best.
Inside my cloak, I just light up my longsword and keep my cloak around it for now.
You're what now?
As
longsword.
He casts light on his longsword.
Oh. So
Light
you
up.
had a magic longsword.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not know everyone but you?
Got a magic item, but you got the special ability mute.
Did you, by the way, take all of the...
Stuff from Argyle. Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, you are the only one currently in possession of a magic item. You don't know what it is yet.
I possess 2 trinkets. Those are like magic items.
Yeah, they're interesting like this.
I had a trinket. It's gone now.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
No, I had 2 trinkets. One of them I didn't like. The other, one of them I'd never even picked up. Like, we were on a battlefield. There's the standard
we're
I could have
here.
picked up. I'm like,
I'm guessing I can see like people from the council and stuff here.
No one from the council seems to have
Nope.
showed up.
Can I see Ludwig?
Ludwig, yes.
Ludwig is here. What's he
Yes.
doing?
Ludwig is currently bearing a staff with a light up to basically... He is very noticeable as he is coming through.
Well, I get him while I can.
Yes, you also, as you sort of push forward with a number of God, you do see shrugging, rolling eyes. You see Olund sort of going, he didn't.
Is there anybody at the hole? The hole unguarded?
I have physical people trying to push up.
Yeah.
There is probably a good 15 foot around it where people have not actually gone. You do notice, as now, from what you saw, the kid, at the very least, though, from what Olin said, you're guessing also.
How deep is the hole?
The hole is about 30-ish feet straight down, maybe a little more, before the first landing.
Oh. Well, as look at the hole, go back here, bring up. Everyone stay calm. I'm an expert in cave diving. And I fall in the hole.
Just...
You missed that fallen hole.
To which, shortly, probably as you will... Well, first off, make your acrobatics check.
No, you cast a spell.
I cast a cantrip and I fly down.
You have what?
Tempestuous magic. When I cast any spell, including cantrips, I get a 10-foot fly. So I cast a cantrip.
Halfway down the hole.
15 foot, thunderclap. Bow! And I float down. Specifically, that last 10 feet, I float down.
You could do the last 15.
Yeah. I only get a 10-foot fly speed.
So falling 5 feet's no big deal.
Yeah, that's true. But specifically that last thing. The point is dramatic exit.
Aha!
Stop outbarking me, sorcerer.
Hold on. He has to make a check to make this, though. It's going to be a save, and I will allow either dexterity or the one you will choose, your casting stat.
The casting stat. Yeah, I'm trained in that. It gives me a slightly better chance of succeeding.
You're probably going to make it.
I get a 6, so 17.
You get a plus... Okay. 17 is enough that, you managed to do your thing. If you're paying enough attention, there is definitely some breaking of glass.
It does no damage. This is a cantrip. It just makes noise. Shoot, it only can possibly damage things within 5 feet of me.
Fine. Rattling of glass.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
We'll look up at him.
As he drifts his way down. And after about 30 seconds, someone's there.
100
Fine.
feet away. Can be heard up to 100 feet away.
Fine. But if any of you would like to come back up, you have 5 minutes to make your decision, or the rope's being pulled up.
Unveil from the cloak, make sure my sword lights me up enough, and go... And back off into the darkness.
I tell them
They do not wait their minutes.
I look at them and tell them, "Not worry, I have my own rope."
Turn to you. That town sucks. Just keep walking on.
I take out a longbow, put a piece of paper on it, and shoot it into the ceiling of the thing. It says cowards.
We're aware of your opinion.
Anyway, get a bit away. And
By the way, there are 3 chairs and a table down here that are in fair condition if you want them. There are also lots of food scraps. You might regret some of that because it's a little stinky.
I break up the chairs and tables and package it up for firewood.
There.
Just while he's doing that, looking up at the hole. If anyone's looking down, message, "You suck. You suck."
Just bothering the people at the top of the hole.
I was gonna play this all grim. Evidently, I'm an HD teenager.
Yeah, apparently!
It's like, I didn't know that till right this second, but totally an HD teenager.
Yeah, you are, Mr. Recard.
Recard. Jimmy Recard.
See, you're just bad with names.
Well, either that or you're bad with spell.
I didn't spell your name.
did you get mine?
Oh, yeah.
How do you mess
Oh,
that
no,
up?
I'd have to actually use the full thunder wave to get the Tempestuous magic.
R-E-C-R-D.
And my bonus action.
R-E-C-O-R-D.
Yeah.
So yes,
80.
that would have been.
Oh, you made it an A now?
R-E,
I'd still do it though.
Recard.
Okay, so you made that O into an A?
There was never no.
I'm sorry, but your handwriting is garbage when I say goes. But
No,
I'll
that makes sense.
I was like, this
See,
didn't feel
this
quite
is
right.
an E, and that's a C. Neither of these are O's.
No. That's an O.
No, that's an A. You can see the little tail.
No, I could see the tail on the other sheet where you wrote it, but...
You apparently have never,
Took classes with us.
yeah. That makes I can read that perfectly well.
Your handwriting is garbage. You know it.
Yes, I do.
It's perfectly legible.
I often look back at my sheet and go, what the heck does this mean? These aren't even letters.
What'd you do?
I would have had to use Thunderwave, the bigger version of the spell.
Because it's not a cantrip.
Yes.
So is that your game?
300-foot loudness and anything within 15 feet. But you said there was at least that around it, so they're all fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with damaging tables and chairs.
Well, Bob broke them up anyway, so.
Those are the ones that fell.
Hmm.
He means stuff if it's up there, but at the height that you're planning to go, you're just sitting, blasting some scraps around.
Yes!
But yeah, get a bit away from the hole and I'll turn to the Goliath. I'm like, thank you for getting me back down here. Why, what exactly it is that you did that for? Is there something you wanted?
Just lean over. Adventure, our dear boy. Adventure.
Getting out, for me, it's getting out of the town and prophetic dreams, but
Well,
Sounds like adventure to me.
yeah.
That's a story waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I carve into the table before I break it up. Must find my uncle.
Well, since you have helped me return and given me my freedom, I'll owe you a debt of trust, so I'll help you out.
By the time that you've met with the group, there were only 3.
Only 3 what?
Only 3 people with the group.
His
that
uncle was
kidnapped
not
you.
before you.
His uncle was not amongst the group that kidnapped you.
Okay. Well, I'm talking specifically to the Goliath.
Anyways, I hold my light up and get a look around this cavern.
Yeah, it slopes a bit sort of away from where is the wall that seems to be towards the town, sort of a sheer cliff up. That
Okay, good. So the tavern wasn't hanging over a giant pit, only the very corner was?
yeah.
Okay.
You do know that there are a few buildings in this direction that are open. What is a bit of a pit, but
Well,
a few homes.
Mm-hmm.
if it's your uncle that you're looking for, we'll have to ask around to see if we can find out his whereabouts. Follow me and I'll be able to talk to some people.
As I walk off with my torch.
Mm-hmm.
You know right now that you are in the very upper limits of the caverns that you call home.
Mm-hmm.
It's not generally a place that you venture into. You came up here seeking answers regarding a
Missing persons case.
I'm just gonna you were on a little more of a personal
Oh, okay.
mission. Yeah. There's been some watery, some crab-ish creatures that have made their way into areas of caverns that you know they didn't used to be into. One was sort of, after dispatching of one, you generally found bits of fragments and stuff from the victim that led you to think that it's someone that had been staying up in these upper pots. And so you managed to find one of the paths that led up here, but that being said, this is very much a brownish, earthy kind of area at this height. Stone, but there are plenty of areas that are a much softer kind of earth, side tunnels and such. You're not excessively down into the depths at this point. So,
Hey, that's smoky. Can you put it out? I take the light off my sword and put it on your torch. That way you can save the wood for another time, since we have this right now.
I don't know how
You tap it on the ground, I think, and roll around in the dirt.
Okay, I put out the torch.
Yeah, and then light that up with a
you're
light spell.
very used to arcane flames that do not produce smoke or heat.
Yeah, it's like
that is something that is regularly used
I can see in the dark.
So can I.
and
at disadvantage.
As is I.
No. I cut a deal with the Mistress on the Moon. She gave me the ability to see in the dark. Just great story. I'll tell you one time.
Yeah, it's just everything would be dim light and
Yeah.
Which makes it disadvantage. It doesn't matter. He's telling a story.
Mhm.
Freaking Arapard.
I am not a bard.
Freaking Arabaron.
just ever so the storm one shot.
But you know what? I think that is going to make the most interesting character eventually.
I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best.
I have high hopes for you. But yeah.
Through the dark and pitched caverns, I will traverse my paths back.
From right where you're at, you have very little idea of where to go, other than right now there's only one way. You have very little concept
idea of where to go.
Yeah. Right now, but in general, you have very little concept of where you are. Because you had several days' journey gagged and, in a bag. And
People have been traveling these paths, so I'm going to look around this area and try to find signs of where footfalls would have made themselves.
okay.
There was
Try
a
to
hobbit
figure
here.
out.
There's one here.
To try to figure out where the deeper caves may lie.
Certainly.
lie down this hallway.
Okay. So 18
Mhm.
for investigation.
You get to the first sort of floor. It does seem that wherever they just returned from had been off to the right. This is
They went right. The fools.
That is the fools.
No. When you are looking at them,
Mhm.
the right is where they came from. So if they came out of there at 3 paths,
Oh, 3 paths.
yeah, you go one way and it splits into 2. So if they're coming from it,
Yeah, that would still be when they walked away. They went right.
I didn't say where they walked away from. I said where they came back from, because he's looking to retrace steps to where he knows.
Yeah, they still chose the right path when they came to this fork. If they came back down the right path.
That is making a very brass assumption. That those do not reconnect somewhere else.
Okay, it could be like that.
I do
but-
that and also kind of check the temperature of the air from the paths and figure out which one I would assume to go down.
At this time, there's really no discernible difference in the temperatures.
Yeah. Then I make my best guess, given that information.
Which is follow their footsteps.
Yeah, that would be my best guess.
Yeah, it's fun.
But you do a light on the shield. Don't make me carry this stupid torch.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Light on the shield.
I like the thought after walking a bit. Wait a minute.
Just a tap, tap, tap.
We go like this. See this? See this? Useless.
You beat people with it, and makes you the target.
Light on the shield. Have axe.
Mm-hmm. At least the shield will be stable in combat versus the axe just swinging it around and the light shifting.
Makes
Like a rave.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Well, my kind of rave has a real good beat. Get it? Because I'm doling out a beating.
Yes.
Eh.
at least you'll be attracting everything to you down here.
Hey, luck checks, everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
3.
17.
16.
Okay.
7.
You know what? The goal with this was to figure out who's the least lucky. Surprise!
Hey,
got
I got
lucky, so-
positives. I got a 3.
Oh.
We rolled the same thing.
I got +3 to luck.
-1.
As you're walking through this cavern, all of a sudden, as you walk by a wall, a brownish wall, you did not see the difference in. None of you did. None of you have good vision.
Our passive perceptions are all crap.
You know who has the best? This guy. They can't see in the dark.
He has a light.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just you have the best passive perception of the party.
Oh.
You're the most perceptive individual.
Well, passive perception doesn't matter because we never use it.
Well,
Yeah,
this
just
time
use
it is because he has the sheet with it written down.
Yeah. You know, this nice horizontal sheet.
Oh, yeah.
That was so much fun. Anyways,
Don't
some
worry.
sort of large
Fine, fine.
bug creature grabs you in its pincers, deals you 5 acid damage, and you are grappled.
Heh.
As it tries to sort of pull you back into some sort of small alcove in the side of the...
I'm also guessing it hit my AC too.
Oh yeah, it got 19.
Don't do it.
That would even hit me.
Otherwise, it's not exactly silent once it's pulling him back. The rest of you can notice as the small, angsty child is getting eaten by a giant bug.
Can I hit it? Can I hit the
Okay.
giant bug? Good, I'm gonna hit the giant bug.
Looking at it, is it one of the crabs I'd been
It is
tracking?
not.
16.
16 would hit. No, this is actually quite specifically something you've not really interacted with.
He takes 8 damage.
Knowledge Arcana to discern its creature?
Not sure.
Natural 20.
It is an Onkeg. They do distinctly live in the upper parts of the caverns. You've probably seen drawings and stuff, but
Oh.
minimal interaction with this going this high up.
10 damage. I get +2 on damage from my weapon wielding thing.
What sort of information have I learned about the creature?
They, in addition to being able to see in the dark, they actually can just feel through the vibrations and stuff around them, and they can shoot, spray out, and sort of secrete an acidic sort of.
How do they feel about getting hit in the head
They
with an
also,
axe?
dig through softer earths, which is why they don't end up too far deep when, pretty much once you get to the wares where there are solid stone all throughout, you stop seeing them.
Okay. And you said it's called an Onkar?
Onkeg.
Onkeg.
Seemed to hurt him. He did not seem to like it. But he is scurrying back into his cave. You may use your action to try to escape. That's acrobatics.
Acrobatics, 7.
7, you are still held. Did you want to try and do something?
Yes. I'm gonna try and electrocute it with my lightning hands.
It's like you grab onto it.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
I got a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
I do a D8 of damage. I do 4 electricity. Zap.
Okay. And it is just sort of pulling him back into the cavern, continuing to chew.
And Nick dies in the first encounter.
Twere pity. This is how we know it's going to be a good adventure, though.
Mm-hmm.
A death really spices up the book.
We walk over to the hole. Send another one down! This one got eaten.
Take him to the adventurer hole.
Okay. And so it holds its grasp, but does not... is biting your
Armor. My leather's just barely holding
Yeah,
up
it's just
its
chewing
mandibles.
on armor as its mandibles are kind of grappling around there. As it is basically pulling you backwards and basically giving itself a bit of cover behind you as it's sinking into the hole. Did you want to try and attack it?
Yes. Well, I wanted to do something. What angle am I looking at the creature from?
At this point, it's sort of burrowing back into a hole. I mean, the hole's a decent size because it's a large creature.
Can I see its head?
You can see parts of its head. Parts of it are literally behind him as it's got
Okay.
giant, like, pincer things that are like...
Okay. As best as I can aim for its head, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and create a high-pitched sonic noise next to its head.
Okay. Yeah, it twitches, but definitely affects it. Definitely can hear, but yeah, it's...
I think that it'd mess up its ability to sense stuff.
Well, it's got something in its mouth. It doesn't need to sense things anymore.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stun it or something.
It does seem to annoy it.
Hit it again?
Okay. You kind of have to move into almost the spot, so you're at a disadvantage to try and do so.
Okay. 13.
13. Does not manage to get a solid hit off.
Oh well, you're gonna die.
Do you back out of the hole?
No, I keep following it.
You're blocking the others, but...
Unless they use ranged. He is not leaving you.
Or Thunder Wave.
That would put me down, you...
You want to try and give yourself another...
But if it
break?
killed the Ankh-head,
No,
you'd
I'm
be
going to
fine.
yell at it.
Huh? Wouldn't you make athletics or acrobatics?
No, I'm going to make Dissonant Whispers, which is a verbal component.
Oh, there you go.
Can't you just attack it?
He is.
With daggers or something? I don't know.
Nah, this will make it run away.
You have to make some sort of roll?
Wisdom check.
Oh, he makes it. Okay.
Spells 14.
He makes pretty low, so I'm guessing, what's the DC he's got to...
14 is the DC for Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
3d6 or something.
7 damage.
7 damage, and he was already kind of twitching from the, something going on. Well, really, I guess you're made it from the wail, the screech that you could hear, and now all of a sudden he's...
And it immediately uses its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
But doesn't let go of you first.
It has to get away from me.
No, that it does.
I just whisper at it. I'm gonna screw you up so bad.
See my boy over there with the axe? You won't let me go, he gonna get you.
If it drops you on top of Kalidan and literally just keeps burrowing backwards, trying to almost like collapse bits of its tunnel in behind it.
Nice.
As soon as it drops him, I grab him and pull him out.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
Put him on the ground, pat him on the head. Hand him dirt.
Thanks.
Go up to the cut, rub some dirt in it.
Yeah.
Slap him on the back, and we continue on our way.
And
Yeah, I was thinking more this tap leg, cast cure.
well, this will be a lesson for you to be cautious. It's
It was a wall!
Well, even the walls have...
You were leading. You already walked past it at that point. You didn't see it either. It just didn't grab at you.
Yes, well...
Yeah, it's like, this one's too small. This one's too big. That one's too flamboyant. This one's just right.
It smells perfect.
In order to survive here in the Underdark, not only do you have to be good, but also lucky.
Yes.
Cure Wounds is a D8.
I figured, but do I get my casting bonus to it? My casting
Are you a
set?
cleric with that specific bonus?
No.
No.
Okay. Of course.
However, if we take a short rest... Oh wait, you don't have that ability yet.
No. I have spells.
Well, wait. The adventure's off to an excellent start.
Yeah. Wonderful. So you,
Well, I'm down on
just sort of
level spells.
leave with him, just to decide he's gone, we're gonna...
I grab
Yeah,
Little
you
Man
get
and
dice
put
plus
Little Man in
spellcasting
front of
on.
me.
Oh, I do get spellcasting.
Little Man being him?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's Little Man. But yeah.
No, well, he's
That puts
obviously-
me back to full versus going up 1.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, he's obviously in front. I grab you and put you in front of me.
Now you shield me.
And it's like, alright, we will continue our way trying to get lower.
So basically, you're walking on shield side.
Yeah. And to a large extent, as
You mean
past the merge,
being
you can
illuminated
often just
in
sort
the
of make
back?
decisions based on what goes
I have a giant
in the
spotlight on
downward
me?
kind of direction. You know at this
No,
point that's
Slightly to
that,
the
you know, once you
side,
get
right
down
here.
a bit, you're going to be a
Basically,
lot
someone
more
can jump
familiar with
directly in
different
front of you.
areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once the terrain becomes more
Yeah. Once it comes down to the levels where you've been
more
you,
familiar
yeah,
with
you,
it.
you spend more time.
Because I'm
You-
super duper going to need your light, so you can't die this way.
Yes, and Austin decided to nix dancing lights, so you don't even get that.
You can go by my fire bolts.
Go swing at whatever the fire's hitting. Well, by the way, I'm down all my first level spells. But I'm alive.
I used Shocking Grasp. It shouldn't have been able to use a reaction.
You gotta remember to remind us of these things.
I didn't think about it until I'm like, wasn't there a secondary effect of Shocking? Yeah, if he's
Gotta be on top of
no
it.
reactions.
Yeah.
We could
You
never
gotta be on
wear
top of
nice-
it. He could still be chewing.
We could never
I'm
wear
Jimmy
nice
right
this
now.
and sleep right now. Never wear an ice it, just take a short rest right now.
Well, no, you continue to travel for
Not full 8 hours.
Yeah,
Right.
for a good amount of time, and yeah, eventually though, you do become weary and camp for the evening.
Well, you know what this needs? A bedtime story. I'll tell you at the time I was stuck on the cliffs of insanity. Lava below, lightning above, swarmed with beasts, the likes of which you've never seen.
Lightning?
Yes.
What's lightning?
Well, it's a big, bright light that strikes things, and it's very dangerous.
Okay.
You do know it through some of your studies.
Oh,
If
yeah.
nothing else,
You do not
people
know
can
of
cast
the
it.
natural occurrence of it, but
So you're talking about magic, right?
No, there's some places like the Cliffs of Insanity, the lightning is just in the sky everywhere. It's very dangerous.
Oh, by the way, this all has a somber backbeat of harmonica. Just somber harmonica music with it.
I don't think that's a thing harmonicas can do.
Harmonicas do somber super well.
he's really good at their.
Then I must
Now
say
beat
that you must
coming.
have powerful archmages up there creating it.
No, it's just weather.
Yeah, I think rain just does that sometimes.
Rain?
Rain. Water falling from the sky. It waters the crops.
Which makes whiskey.
Yes, I think I've heard of this. And the water ends up flowing down into the caverns, and that's what we see.
Yeah. Bully for your dirt water.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
The ground's actually pretty good at filtering whatever
You
it is
guys
these
suck
turbines
at
do.
letting someone tell a story.
Oh, no, I tell a great story. I just talk over everybody. I personally am not rude enough to do so. Mr. Raspe is.
But evening comes, and you do see such cliffs of lightning and lava perched upon it, beside, near this strange fellow with a dove and a raven
And the man?
and a man. A man you've traveled with today, not climbing, not falling, almost fading in, but you recognize him. These birds seem curious, and the fighting seems to almost be at a pause as they investigate this man sitting aside these cliffs in such a strange, unimaginable location.
What's the man look like?
The man, the man looks like Erich.
Nice.
Literally, you've witnessed me listening to his story. And these are still your dreams. I love the idea that Ryan is documenting your dreams.
21 performance. It's a very good story. I was like, I'm good at this.
Because he made a character where his primary character focus is that he has dreams. And sometimes I will use them to tell him things, and sometimes I will use them to just do arbitrary random stuff so he doesn't know every time that it's totally relevant.
Yes.
And so if you're going to take... So I'm almost interested at the end to see what I did with them. Because right now I just know the two main characters, and that's...
Wait, are me and Vic main characters?
Your side plot, sorry.
The two main characters
Of my
with
dreams.
his dream are a raven and a dove.
Like a normal dove or one of those stupid inbred white pigeons?
No, like a dove who has flaming eyes that are almost threatening to see some sort of strangely
So an
red
inbred
skull.
pigeon.
Inbred pigeon with its face melting off around its eyes.
That's what happens when you inbreed.
Yes.
Also, I believe the raven has bladed wings.
Well, that's fine. Ravens are dicks, so...
All the same, you sleep well through the night. You wake up earliest. You wake up a bit before the rest of your companions have gotten up for the morning. Cave is peaceful.
Oh, better catch it on fire.
You're not playing that character.
And have far less access to just gallons of gasoline.
At this point, you have no light, by the way. You are just in the dark silence.
Do I remember where he went to sleep?
You can hear his breathing.
What?
Sort of taking a little...
Well, no, I wouldn't scream at woken up as kid and stuff like that. It's like, wake up very
just
quietly.
start knocking on my own shield.
You just see a ting, ting, ting.
Cast a light on it. Less than an hour.
But the light comes and the other two of you sort of stir.
Get away from me. And go huddle over in a dark corner and flip through my book.
Because you actually, as much as your society has a good amount of light, it's a lot of it's dim light, but there is definitely lots of light because you're at a disadvantage without it. It's like you still have a lit up society, but yeah, you have a book that you actually need to go into the dark to study. That's good.
He's got one of those Kindle fires.
But yeah, you sort of wake up. Did any of you pack any sort of rations?
Yes.
It comes in the Dungeoneering pack.
No.
I don't think so. Of course, I didn't expect them.
I think everybody has some.
Yeah, like the engineering or entertainers pack does have some, but I don't know it offhand.
Let's see.
Probably 10.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 10 days worth of rations.
What pack you got?
Explorers pack and Scholars pack.
Explorers 10 days, Dungeoneering 10 days,
Probably 10 days, all the way down.
Entertainers 5 days.
Check me out, I got 2 whole backpacks.
Was there any left in Argyle stuff?
Which
Which I actually need a list of.
There you go.
I just said I did. Aren't you listening?
you haven't specifically taken time to just sit and do that. How long does your looking through your book take?
I don't actually have to prepare anything, so it's just at my leisure.
Okay. There are 3
Still
rations
an hour?
within there.
Okay.
Do you want to sort of sit and take some time to actually look through what he has?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, he has a 20-foot chain attached to a grappling hook. He has 4 spare pittons.
I totally am writing this.
If you just want a sheet of paper, I can give you that too.
Why don't you do that?
you don't.
Oh, yeah. Have this for now.
I have a sheet.
Okay, you already got it.
He was just writing it in the town's traits.
There, as it said, whatever number I said for the Russians, there is a bedroll that is tucked within there. There is a knife and a partially whittled bit of wood.
You know, for him having taken some of his stuff, he left a lot of the stuff he'd leave if he was murdered by his compatriots instead.
He took weapons, armor. He took fighting equipment, almost as if he ran off after something. And there is a pipe that you've seen him do some interesting tricks with.
Like smoked. And smoke.
Yeah.
Sometimes he smokes from it, and he just doesn't answer for the whole day.
It eats everything.
Just everything.
Is there any tobacco in it?
Yes. There's a
It just says that you can do
there's
it
actually a
after a
couple
long rest.
packs of a different couple different growths of tobacco.
Yeah, so after I
Okay,
get
so 2 tobacco pouches.
Yeah, 2 tobacco pouches. Yes. But yeah, you've seen him blow out some most interesting creatures within his smoke.
His magical item you gave him is Gandalf's pipe to blow smoke animals.
Technically, Gandalf blew a ship, and he cannot blow a ship with it.
Oh, okay.
I can make a ship out of water.
Hey, if you're dedicated enough, you can blow a ship.
Huh? I can blow a ship.
Illusion.
You just got to get enough dock. You just
I
have
think
enough.
you-
moxie
You
to
can
do
end
a
it there.
dock
We
level
get your
moxie.
point. You can stop.
I'd have to use a first level spell to blow ship.
No, cantrip.
Somebody make a luck check.
7.
7. Your day goes fine, and it's not until you're settling down to sleep that you start hearing another rustling, a sound of something snorting.
Perception check. 7. And so 9.
You can kind of tell it's from one of the, from the direction that you'd actually come from, perhaps through one of the passageways that you
Didn't take
that you passed by, because
So we can hear snuffling coming from that direction?
Yeah. Beyond that, the most you really get out of it is that it seems like it's coming from something large.
Alright. Minor illusion, I turn myself into a rock.
I
hide behind the rock.
The 2-dimensional flat rock.
No, it's 3-dimensional.
Yeah, but the point is that it doesn't shift with perspective.
I pull out
If somebody walks around it, the rock doesn't change.
I pull out my bow and I
could do a full 3D rock.
pull out a bow and arrow and I shake the arrow at his character, point to it.
Well, I go ahead and cast light on it.
I shoot the arrow down the hallway.
You shoot it into the path, and you're able to see that it is a large creature. Just definitely something different than what you saw before. Perception check.
Gonna make another one
not a
now
blank
that we have it lit up.
20.
You may.
No. No.
No. What'd you get? You rolled as well.
Oh, I got a 4.
Okay. Then you're the only one really to catch more than that. But at the very least, you can see that matching its large self, its horns, it carries a very, very large axe, and it is staring down the tunnel at you. Didn't seem to really react to the arrow that goes past it, putting it in a brief silhouette, enough for them to kind of see the general shape. And
Put my bow back up, grab my shield, grab my axe, slam them together, and just stand there. Just, come on, you want to go?
And prepare an action to cast a spell in the event that it runs towards us.
Just trying to say, I'm bigger than you, except you're not.
yeah, exactly. And
But you are Goliath size. You kind of look pretty big if you're trying to make yourself look bigger.
I'm powerful build. I can actually use anything of the size category larger.
Your weapon's actually more damaging.
No, I forgot to include that when I was actually grabbing my weapons.
You can't use weapons that are the next size up.
I thought that's what powerful build did.
Nope.
Oh no, that's carrying capacity.
Yeah.
Never
Quite
mind.
specifically, the reason they don't just make you the next size up is because they don't want you to use those weapons.
It just goes like straight D's.
Yeah, it's like
I think I
They
remember.
give you additional dice.
yeah, it's like I don't exactly remember what it did, but I do remember what they were trying to avoid with it.
it
Sort
gives
of carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift.
Yeah, okay, it was old Goliaths that you could use.
Oh yeah,
Size
like old,
weapon, yeah.
old, yeah.
Monkey grip.
Yeah. Monkey grip, balanced weapon, 2 size bigger.
What do you cast?
It starts coming towards us?
It does.
Alright, I cast Grease at its feet.
Okay. I'm guessing it needs a dex save.
Foot Grease, 10 foot square. When greased, each creature makes a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Creature enters its area must also do so, dex saving throw or fall prone.
Safe.
Yes.
Oh, for me it's 14, I think.
14? Yes. Yeah, it basically, I'm going to have to say it jumps over as the only logical way to...
Or it just doesn't lose footing.
Yeah, no. But it sort of leaps up and slams,
It's 13.
charges right into right into you, pretty much in a threatening stance. Eights as well. And that does 13 damage.
I'm down.
You are also pushed back 10 feet. Technically, you get a strength save, but I'm guessing is
Unless
unconscious fail that?
second wind helps that. I don't know.
You'd have to wait till your action to burn a bonus action.
Doesn't matter, I'm down.
Yeah.
You don't get those bonus actions.
Automatically fails strength. Yeah. And so he is unconscious and flies 10 foot back. To which now, basically in the center of all of you, the Minotaur sort of waves out its axe and sort of gives a threatening intimidation. Doesn't have an action to do so, but that's the behavior it's giving.
Okay. On my turns, I'm gonna whisper at it and then run over and grab Bob and start trying to drag him along.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
He don't make that.
Not so good.
It is 14.
His saves aren't great. If his dice doesn't make it, I don't think... Oh, it's actually his wisdom's not bad. But that is still only a 10.
Okay, he uses his reaction and runs away from me as fast as he can. Back into the grease.
No, he would avoid the grease.
Okay.
He's fleeing, though.
Does the grease
Yeah.
cover the whole path?
But he is trying... No, but he is trying to get away from him. He's going to do so in an intelligent manner to get away as well as
But
possible.
the whole idea is he's panicked. He might not make the best decision.
He would.
Luck check.
You don't get to make the luck check. He's the one that casts the spell. He has to make the luck check.
Go ahead.
17.
17. And it was
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was Dex, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He stays up.
He's prone. But he continues to... No, at that point, he is prone, and I guess would continue with his moves. He would crawl another 5 feet and get up. But pretty much at the end of that, he can...
Yeah, but...
He's fine to do. How much damage do you take?
Oh, yeah, he totally took damage. 11.
Alright then.
grabbing, trying to drag the Bob.
You said Whippers does damage?
Yeah,
psychic.
3d6 psychic damage.
That's a lot of damage
Uh-huh.
for a level 1 spell.
Level 1 spell with flee.
Yeah, psychic damage.
Is it save or fail?
Yeah. Well,
save or half.
And no run.
So did he actually hit my AC, or?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he.
I don't know. I didn't know that you rolled.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
He has your stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have to ask anymore. He just knows.
Yeah, I don't like that you didn't announce anything other than
He got a
cinematic.
21.
He hits you.
Yeah, he had a 21. I believe you are at 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're level 1, Adam. You put us up against a CR 14 creature or whatever.
It's not that high.
It's not that high.
Minotaur's what, 6?
It's not that high.
Really?
It's high enough that you guys should not be fighting it.
Well,
The general
I put
idea,
it right at the. Should it kill you? No.
unless we trap it in a loop of grease run.
is it still prone?
You have, I believe, one more spell available, and I think I know something you need to use that on.
Yeah, he is all the death saves.
Yeah.
So, there's a Minotaur,
Well, there is.
and it's prone.
It is.
I ready action. I prepare an action to shoot it when it stands up, and I am no longer at disadvantage
Okay. Death save.
with that crossbow.
Nope.
I did the
And
same.
yours, yeah. You.
I'm gonna do what Austin's doing.
Because ranged attacks have disadvantage against prone.
Cure. You regain 8 health.
Okay.
And I keep trying to drag you away from the Minotaur.
Unless Zero was staggered.
No.
They
Okay,
take away
yeah.
staggered.
That's what I thought.
He stands up.
I shoot him!
Shoot him!
Go crossbow. Natural 20.
I fail. I get a 7.
A critical hit, right?
Yes.
I think that's like the first time I ever crit anything.
Wait,
ever.
your dice? You got new dice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the first time I've crit like anything ever.
See, it wasn't him. It's just that bad set of dice he had before.
So this is double.
Yeah, you roll the dice 2 times. Yeah. And then you add your modifier bonus.
11 damage.
As much as you did normally. He turns back unfazed, takes a step aside the grease.
Grease the other side of the floor.
I'm guessing the hallway's exactly as wide as it needs to be, not to be completely blocked in by grease.
No, about the distance out where he would have put it, it's about 30 feet wide.
Yeah, okay.
And he can still get around it. No
Yeah.
matter.
maybe-
So is the guy fleeing, or
No, he is now making his way back to you.
Excellent.
He's ready for round 2.
But for you, he attacks you. He would make a 22. Does that hit?
Yes.
That way's easier.
You get annoyed when we figure out the
How do
AC
you
of
recall
creatures
what
and we
you
just
mean?
start rolling and tell you how much damage they take.
Assuming
Just saying.
Bob was at the closest location at the entrance to the cave, which would have been closer to me, the creature Distant Whippers uses his entire movement to move away.
Although he wasn't able to use his entire movement, he had to crawl the last bit of it.
Yeah, the last bit of it, but that's only 10 feet. That's only a 5-foot gain over a movement. And that extra 5-foot gain lets him go all the way back to me.
Yeah. Also, he was not at the closest end of it. He actually technically passed by you.
Oh.
But Bob was bangy bangy.
Why didn't I get a reaction?
Because at the point that he was leaving your space, he was doing it against his will.
If he's
No, the
doing it
monster
against
rat
his,
has
yeah, he would get an
He entered your...
Not if an ability makes him.
Yeah, that quite specifically is what Dissonance Winsters is used for. Is for causing
Because
changes.
he wasn't pushed past, he ran. He used his action. He was compelled to,
Yeah,
but he still
Dissonance
used it.
Winsters
Okay.
about creating attacks of opportunities for teammates.
And also, if he ran past me the first time to get the bow, I would have got attacked.
He was still in your reach. He literally went into the middle of your group. That's what his intimidation was the I'm here amongst you.
I did not receive that.
Yeah.
I should have had a man.
Because, what was it? In order to actually do that, then you'd have to be able to use disengage as a movement. I think rogues can do that, maybe.
Nothing can be done as a movement.
No, there are no movements. They get a bonus action.
There's some...
They
Yeah,
can disengage as a bonus action.
yeah, that's what it is.
But he's having to move as a reaction, in which case there is no bonus action.
Yeah, so he couldn't disengage for negating attacks of opportunity.
So you still get attacks of opportunity again.
But when things are pushed, moved, made to go against their will, they don't put that penalty.
If I dominate an enemy and tell them to run away from somebody, does that mean they don't provoke attacks of opportunity for the duration of the dominate?
I would say the things that are not on their turn, they wouldn't. I suppose you could. And I would have to look at the description of the
party
spell.
members,
and
could we dominate each other to give ourselves immunity to attack of opportunity because we were compelled?
No, because I'm not stupid.
Hey man, gotta be consistent with your rules.
Also, Dissonant Whispers, he would have avoided the grease. It says the creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground such as fire or a pit. I don't know if grease counts as obviously dangerous ground.
Well, it would in the future, but he made that mistake once.
Oh, okay. Luck check said, yes, he's that stupid this one time.
Oh, yeah.
I believe I was I believe I
he was hitting you with
dying.
an axe.
I believe I was dying gloriously.
Whatever, the like closest thing that we have to rules clarification is the kind of the specific wording of you don't provoke attacks of opportunity when you teleport or someone or something moves without your
13 damage!
using your
Yeah.
movement
I
action
bet.
or reaction.
I bet he has the most health.
Where whatever. So it's the way the Dissonant Whispers is written is that it's him using his own movement, so therefore he would. But whatever.
Yes.
Now,
Austin is down.
yes.
He again gives a angry look at the group of you.
Insight. Do I think he's gonna chase us if we leave his territory?
He won't.
10 plus. Wisdom.
But where's your courage?
In your downed corpse. 12.
12? You're not positive he won't, but you do feel that he is very much angry about a territorial issue.
Just move forward. Do you have heal by any chance?
No.
Make a medical check to stabilize
Am
the
I able to
Austin.
do something? I cast Minor Illusion over the head of the Minotaur to blind him.
He's interacting with it.
Yeah, easy there.
Well, he'd have to make the insight check in order to see.
He
Minor
could also
illusion does
just
not create a blinding effect.
No, it doesn't create a blinding effect, and he could move out of it, but he still couldn't see through it.
The way illusion is, if he interacts with it in any way physical manner, such as touching him, he immediately sees through it. He doesn't have to make a check.
No, that's not how illusions work.
That is how minor illusion works. That's how it says. If you contact it, you
You
immediately
know
see
it's an
through it.
illusion, but you don't see through it unless you take the action.
If you see through illusions, you just see through them.
No, you have to make investigation checks to actually dissipate the visual effect. You know that it's fake, but it doesn't mean that you automatically see through it.
Yeah.
So you know it's an illusion, that it's not real, but you have to make an investigate check to know that it's fake
Is
and be able to
stabilized
see
10 or
through
15?
Probably 15.
That's a monster man.
What do you do with my player's handbook?
I don't have it.
He put it on the floor.
Because I get a 13.
I don't think that's enough.
Probably.
And I'm guessing you don't have the healer's kit that makes it where you don't have to make a roll, right?
No.
Okay.
DC 10 Wisdom Medicine check.
Yeah, I do get above that.
If you create an image of an object that be no longer than a 5-foot cube, the image can't create any sensory effect. Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. If a creature uses its action to examine the illusion, the creature must pass an intelligence investigation check against the spell save DC. If the creature discerns the illusion is for what it is, the illusion becomes faint to the creature.
Yeah, physical contact, they know it's an illusion.
Yeah.
They have discerned it.
Yeah, he knows that it's fake.
I believe there's a comma somewhere. That third one is if either the first two, then the third. So if they interact with it, move to third thing. If they use or investigate, move to third paragraph.
Physical
That's probably one of those things
interaction.
that, this is what happens when 5th edition gets all fancy with its, we're just going to make generic rules. And then you have to make a bunch of errata anyway.
Mm-hmm. But either way,
I have no problems.
he wouldn't have to use his action. He would just move his head.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
He can move out of it. He knows it's fake.
What do you do with your moment of his confusion?
I'm gonna move over to Austin.
Okay.
I stabilized him, so help me pull him away.
Yeah, get him up, get him away.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's my turn?
I'm only stable.
We're not really in turns right now, unless you're trying to be aggressive towards him. I see no reason to have turns right now. Are you communicating with him what you've discerned?
Yeah, he totally has them.
Well, I give him a chance. Are you communicating?
Let's just leave.
That's not communicating. That
It-
guy won't follow us.
It seems to just be standing there. Let's just leave, and he won't.
Okay, I go over, pick up Austin, carry him. Leave.
Yes. Your Goliath strength.
As you walk away, he gives you distance, and he follows slowly. You feel like he's just watching you.
I eventually put another light on your shield because the last one was over on an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dimensions.
And probably at a certain point, you reach almost a bend, and
see through a chair.
if you try,
Like,
do you have
an
a
illusion? I can just
and seeming more or less equal? Do you have a direction you
Left.
If you try and go left, he starts to make kind of a ruckus.
Then not left.
And as you wander down there, it seems like he stops following you.
He didn't want us to go left.
I tried to guess at what I thought might have been down that way.
I don't know.
Knowledge, nature.
Minotaurs don't lay eggs.
Of course they do. They live in caves.
13.
15. You don't have any strict idea of what you think is there, other than that he seems to kind of be a territorial kind of creature that,
I shrug.
Essentially-
Maybe hunting grounds.
yeah. He is a weapon-wielding creature that definitely acknowledges that you are other.
And
Mosey a little
And you
further.
have seen some of them.
it's like we injured him, and he didn't see any reason to fight us more.
Yeah. I guess move a little bit further down this path and try to set up camp again.
Make your way further down the path. And anyone may make a perception check. You would have advantage on it. If you're trying to figure out what kind of area you're in.
15?
15? Okay.
12.
No?
12.
Okay. And you're not running.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm unconscious.
You hear the wind and sound of dripping water that you recognize with some of the deeper parts of the cavern.
Like we're getting close.
Of what?
We're getting to the lower areas. This is more my home territory. I recognize some of the stuff around here.
Do you want to push on?
How close do I think I am from home?
From home, you'd still be a bit of a distance, but you would have a lot better idea of exactly how far once you get to.
Well, if I have an idea, then I pick either a way to get home or a particular resting spot that's kind of an interim between where we are and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to? So rather than just this random story, do you want to try and investigate further?
To find a safe spot to camp.
Yeah, say if I know like particular particular places that we set up along the way as like safe havens for rest.
Anything for that would be further down, and you wouldn't exactly know until you see what kind of area, until you can recognize where things are down below.
Then either get as far as we can or pick the best spot I can think of.
Unless anyone, no one's actually suffered exhaustion at this point. You're all tired, but
Yeah.
if you want to try and go further, you can kind of follow the sounds. And
Well, I would say get to a relatively safe spot, then, spend at least an hour trying to wake up the sorcerer.
I'll wake up in 3 hours on my own.
Yeah.
I remember the rules for waking up from unconsciousness.
It's not, you spin your dice at the,
It's like when you stabilize, you get a D4 hours and you'll naturally wake up.
And it's like we can keep going until he starts to rouse.
Yes.
But yeah, you make your way a little further, and you find what is a sudden drop. You can hear that there is a large basin of water down below that could lead this to be a couple different areas. It is far enough down that you cannot see the water or exactly what's going on, but it is sort of a clear sort of drop in the floor here. There's enough of a area of floor outside of it that you could set up a bit of a camp here. And just sort of have yourself near this, but you kind of have a few possible ideas of where you might be.
Okay. So do I know where either this drop goes or how to get around it?
As far as this drop, you're not actually familiar of what the drop would be, but from any of the a few large bodies of sort of settled water that and of course there would be more that it could potentially be, but from the ones somewhat in the area you think you are, that would have large cavernous rooms above that you've never really seen or explored all the way to the ceiling of, little reason to do so.
Yeah.
Then some of them may have a bit of a hole in the ceiling and have some sort of upper cavern above. So you're thinking probably something above there. Decent chance, if it's one of what you'd think, the best you'd have would be to delve into the waters below.
Delve into the waters for...
As far as a way down.
Oh, do I know a cavern pathway, possibly?
Not from where you are, no.
I'm like,
Rock, light.
And it's like we might have a more direct path through the water.
Yeah. Well,
you think some of them may have... Some of them definitely have shore. Some of them have underwater paths, but some of them have shorelines once you're down there. Yeah, if you drop a light, it goes down several hundred feet before hitting the water and continues down far enough that the light is completely gone.
Now, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure if we hopped off this, we wouldn't live.
Yeah.
Except maybe him.
Come on, man. Video game water. We're all fine. We need the falling damage.
Okay.
No matter how shallow.
Well, quite specifically, I just described it as being quite deep.
Yeah.
I was really talking about no matter how shallow. Like, you jump into a puddle from the top of a skyscraper, you're fine. You land in water.
Nah, it's got to at least activate the swimming animation.
So, but camp here for the night then?
Yep. And you'll make camp here above this lake. And I guess that's where we'll pick up next time.
We beat a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have successfully killed nothing, but we have survived encounters. We get experience.
Let's go with 300 experience each.
Wait, we're recording experience now?
Yes.
Why?
Numbers.
Because it has been requested.
Alright.